What's up, YouTube? It's Heem. I'm back with another video. Finally got to get everything set up. I've been in the process of moving, so I haven't been able to do any reaction videos in a long time. But I'm back, and I got the setup up to date. And today I want to get straight into it. I got a video of what I learned today. It's probably a new series. Basically, a bunch of stuff that I heard here in a day or experience. I just jotted down in my notes, and then I'm pretty much just gonna get up here and tell you guys. So number one, well, I'm gonna like speed through all of them. I'll tell you all of them, then I'll get back to them. Number one, time is more valuable than money. Try to value your time more. Minutes equal soldiers. So basically your minutes are like your soldiers, your hours are your battles, and your days are the war. That's like something I heard today. Number two, failure is better than not trying and not knowing your outcome. Number three, the voice in your head knows what you need to do, but you choose to do dumb stuff. But it's okay, just lock in. Number four, it's not the smartest who win, it's the most deliberate people. Working hard isn't enough. All right, we're gonna get to number five. Silence is God's language. Everything else is a mistranslation. Number six, just because you're in a relationship, it doesn't mean that she's your girl. He has, okay, wait, I had a note there. I'll get back to that on the next one. Number seven, sometimes you gotta fail over and over again to really get it. And number eight, you really have to watch people. God gave us 2 eyes and 2 ears. And sometimes you gotta shut down those 2 eyes. Wait, I think I wrote that wrong. Sometimes you gotta shut down those 2 ears and then just use your 2 eyes and just look at what they're doing. Right? Actions speak louder than words. All right, number 9. Usain Bolt basically said, I trained 4 years to run 9 seconds, and most people give up in 2 months. All right, so I gave you guys pretty much everything that you're gonna hear in this video. I'm just gonna go back to number 1 now and just try to talk about it more. So basically, number 1 was the one where we were saying time is more valuable than money. So here's what I think about that. Obviously, it's basically like you want to leverage your time, right? You want to leverage your time to then make more money in the future. I guess most people, they like chase a quick buck in the moment, or they'll say, oh, I'd rather spend my money to do this in this moment. But in reality, if you utilize your time more, you can make more money in the future. That's all it is. It's just leverage. That's what I think about that. Because time is more valuable. Like you can literally, I think the saying is, you can't get back time, but you could always make more money in the future. I think that's literally why it's more valuable. And there's literally rich people that are like old as hell. And they're like, they value their time even more, you know? I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I think the minutes equal soldiers and the hours is your battle and the days the war. I think I got that from Andrew Tate. I thought that was pretty cool. I think he said that he spoke to like a billionaire, and that's how he like pretty much viewed his time. Like they literally look at their time down to the minutes, and they're like, oh, this is what I'm doing. It's almost like tracking your money. Like, what are you spending your money on? Your budget? These guys have it for like their time. On to number 2, failure is better than not trying and not knowing your outcome. Now, I think, okay, that one's pretty nice because like, say for me, example, I can relate to that. Like me hopping in front of this YouTube and talking on camera, yeah, it kind of sucks. Like part of my soul, like I didn't want to do it, but like I'm getting more into it, you know, like I got my whole setup. I made things easy for myself, so it's easier for me to do it. So, and there's certain things in life that you ever wonder where you're like, damn, I wish I tried that. But it's like, okay, if you actually tried it and failed at it, that's way more better than sitting here like 5 years later, like, damn, I wish I actually tried that. You know. We can move on to number 3. The voice in your head pretty much knows what you have to do, right? I already said it, but it's like, you ever sit around randomly throughout the day and your voice, it just pops in your head, like you literally know what you have to do. Oh, I gotta go to the gym. And then you just end up not going to the gym. You make some excuse not to go to the gym. That was literally gonna be me yesterday. I almost made an excuse. Like I literally drove past the gym to come back home. And I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna record YouTube videos. So let me drive past. And I was like, nah. And I literally drove like 3 minutes back, and I drove to the gym, and I went in there and I worked out. Like I was literally sitting in the parking lot, like, nah, I literally can't go back tomorrow. And then I've been recently using notepads, and I write down thoughts in my head, and then I actually like do what I gotta do. It makes things so much easier. Like I'm telling you, when you sit in silence or like you're going throughout your day, your mind literally knows what you have to do. You just have to put it to the paper, pen to paper. On to number 4. It's not the smartest who win. It's the deliberate people. Working hard isn't enough. So I guess I heard this one saying, it's like some of the hardest working people on the planet are like construction workers or whatever, or not necessarily just them, but it's just an example. There's people who like make more money if they're like more deliberate, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're more deliberate with your actions, going back to number 1, like using your leverage, using your time and leverage, you can still beat people who are working harder than you if you're more deliberate with your plans, you know, based off just leverage. Number 5, silence is God's language. Okay, I got that pretty much from a podcast. I thought that was pretty interesting. What's that guy's name? I forgot. Damn. But he is like some spiritual leader or whatever, right? And he said silence is God's language. Everything else is a mistranslation. Now, I think what he was getting at was someone asked, oh, what do you do when you're super stressed out? And I think he was like, nothing. Like, literally do nothing. He said, for 5 minutes, do nothing. And then I'm not going to lie, after I watched that podcast, I did the same exact thing. For 5 minutes, I didn't do anything. I laid in bed, and I'm not going to lie, it felt pretty good. Like, I had thoughts rushing in my head. And then I'm not even going to troll. Like, I hit the 5-minute timer again, and I did nothing for 5 minutes again. So that was kind of funny. And then eventually, I think today, I like stared at my wall for like 5 minutes randomly. And the same thing happened again. Like you just have thoughts like rush in your head, and you're like, oh, I gotta write that down. So that's pretty much what happened. 6, just because you're in a relationship, it doesn't mean that she's your girl. Now, the reason why I wrote that down was because there's this one girl that I know, and like I was talking to her or whatever, and like we got really close or whatever, right? We did some stuff, but I told her I didn't really want anything serious. So I guess like a couple of weeks later, eventually she still kept talking to me or whatever, but she told me she was talking to this like dude, and she didn't really like his looks, but she liked his personality. So she just kept talking to this guy, and fast forward a couple like days or whatever, she hits me up again, stressing out about her day, and then she says something like, oh, I don't want to bring him over to my parents' house or whatever. I'll make him wait like another 3 months. He hasn't earned his spot there yet. And in my head, I'm like, wait, isn't this guy like your boyfriend? Like if it's someone that you made your boyfriend or your girlfriend, like I get there's like certain time frames with like meeting parents, but like she was like, he has to earn it. I was like, dang, like it's almost like you're better than him. That's literally how I heard it. Like you're speaking like you're better than this guy, you know? And it's crazy how certain women would treat certain dudes. If it was a dude that she liked enough, she would literally make that guy meet her parents like the same day. So I thought that was pretty crazy. Number 7. Sometimes you gotta fail over and over again to really get it. So I have a funny example. I had these shades. I spent like $140 on them. I kept dropping them over and over. Like they'd fall off my face, not my face, they'd fall off my hip because I put it in my belt buckle or belt loop, and it would just keep falling off randomly, right, for a couple weeks. And my shades got scratched up. And basically, my dumbass, I never thought to get a case for them, right? So eventually, I got them. I had a warranty on them, so I got a new set, and then I purchased a case while I got the new shades. So I had a little bit of proactive thinking. I'm like, hey, I need something that could prevent this from happening in the future. Pretty much a basic plan, right? That you can use a basic plan for like anything. Let's see, number 8. You really have to watch people. I pretty much already went over this. God gave you 2 eyes and 2 ears. Sometimes you gotta shut down those 2 ears and just look at them. I came up with that off the top of my head. Actions speak louder than words. So I'm not gonna lie, I've got a ton of friends and they'll say one thing, and sometimes when you just be looking, you'd be like, damn, but they're doing this, you know? So you really gotta pay attention and don't be too quick to like, how do I say it? I don't wanna say judge someone, but don't be too quick to like make assumptions. Like, let it take a little bit of time and you can build your little analysis on them and make your decisions. We're all adults, so you can make your decisions based off what you see. Just don't be in a rush though. Just take your time. You don't want to burn bridges too early. I think that's in 48 Laws of Power too. I forgot what law it was, but it's like just pay attention to your friends or your enemies. Number 9. Usain Bolt, I trained 4 years to run 9 seconds. Most people give up in 2 months. Now that was crazy. I didn't hear Usain Bolt say it himself, but I saw it on some like podcast or whatever, or one of those little motivation channels. Yeah, when I heard that, I was like, damn, this guy trained for 4 years just to literally run like 9 seconds. That's like pretty crazy. And it's like, dang, you don't even want to show up every day to like do what you gotta do. Meanwhile, there's people out here training every single day just to get these like small feats. Well, I don't want to say small feats. That's like a huge feat. But you know what I'm saying? Like a small amount of time. You train that long just to perform that well in that amount of time. But a lot of us don't want to show up and practice every single day to perform for a lifetime. You know, I thought that was pretty crazy. I don't know how long this video is going. It's probably like 10 minutes already. I'm probably just gonna end it right here. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm almost at 1K subs. You see, I got my Twitch right here. I got my Instagram. Give me a follow on those. Comment. Let me know what you think about the video. I might have a Discord coming out for this channel. To have some of you guys come up here and tell your stories. Expect more videos like this where I give you guys a list of things that I learned in a day. And right now, I'm going to get straight into my reaction videos after this. This is just my daily sit-down talk of what I've learned series. I might title this like episode 1. I'm going to get straight into my reactions from my reactions playlist. Peace.